Hello my friends, and welcome back to another Brotato Ultimate Nightmares run, where we take the hardest characters in the new Nightmare mode, as chosen by you, and try to beat them. Today we're playing the Speedy, whose inability to stand still without taking tons of damage, and extra movement speed make dodging the environmental projectiles both more difficult and more important. Now, to make this run even harder, what I'm going to do, actually, because the Speedy is overall a fairly powerful character, is I'm going to go to accessibility here, and I will say that projectile fire in Nightmare mode is going to be on every wave for this run, because I think that's what makes the Speedy particularly challenging. I probably will not be playing with that as my default mode. I'm going to use the event-based mode because it's the default difficulty, but for this run, I think it's going to be more fun and more difficult. I'm going to use Javelin as my weapon here. Javelin's a very, very powerful weapon and benefits a lot from the extra melee damage that the Speedy gets, so... and also the extra health will help make up a little bit for the negative armor that we start with and make this character less likely to just get one shot immediately. Pretty good opening wave there. We got 58 materials and picked up a box. Also, I'm playing on the Abyss because with the new enemies that were added in the most recent update, I think the Abyss is once again the more difficult map. Cute Monkey is great, it costs ranged damage, but Javelin scales off of melee damage, even though it's a ranged weapon, so we'll take the Cute Monkey here. I could take some movement speed. For the Speedy, it does give bonus melee damage, but you actually don't need to buy more move speed on this character. Yes, you get some extra value from it, but 30% is plenty, and it's still more efficient to just buy melee damage normally, in terms of the amount of stats that you get. Here, though, I am going to reroll, and I could take an armor. We do need to fix our negative armor quickly, but I'm going to roll again looking for harvesting. I missed twice, so I'll take attack speed. Attack speed also incredibly important, both for the Javelin in general, with its slow, normal attack speed, and for this character in particular. I'm going to go ahead and ban both of these items. The lifesteal would be okay on the Butterfly, but those are generally not super strong items that I'm really interested in buying. Alien Tongue we can leave in the pool. Charcoal, I probably will leave this in the pool as well, because 2 melee damage could be good later, but obviously we're going to look for more powerful items like Bag and Weird Food, 2 of the best things we could have found. I'm also going to keep rolling for more Javelins. You can mix Spears in, but when I'm using Javelins, I typically like to just go with as many Javelins as possible, just to make it as easy to level them up as it can be, and to make the automatic critical hits more efficient and all of that. I was just short of killing that tree, unfortunately. I do want more regeneration, but let's roll for harvesting here. I'm going to roll again, and we can get our 5 harvesting, then I can buy a Javelin and re-roll, lock another Javelin, and go to wave 3. Okay, I wasn't sure. I didn't see the projectiles, so I wasn't sure if the on every wave setting was actually working, but it looks like it is. Also, of course, this is a ranged weapon, the Javelin, despite scaling with melee damage. So we will have additional lampreys spawning. We're going to get the extra explosions from the new bloated pufferfish or whatever they're called. I'm going to take 4 melee damage here just to increase my damage even further. The harvesting is good, but this is a very strong upgrade for us. And then I'll roll, and I'll take 5% more attack speed as well. Here, we're going to buy these items. Defective Steroids is great. We'll lock that. I think I'm going to pass on sunglasses. Beanie we could buy. We don't mind getting additional movement speed. It's basically buying 2 melee damage for 29, which we're kind of doing with Defective Steroids as well. So I think it is worth locking the Beanie here. Lens we're going to ban, and then I'm going to do 1 more reroll looking to lock another Javelin so we can get to 6. So at the moment, we desperately need to find more armor. because playing with -3 armor on these high difficulty settings is going to be incredibly dangerous, especially because with the extra move speed that we get, it's, as you can see there, sometimes going to be difficult not to walk into the environmental projectiles. You could try to kill that curse alien. I think it is worth killing it. We don't mind getting curse here. Loot worm, sure, I'll take it. It's going to give me extra ability to pick up materials, which can be a challenge for this character. Here, I do want more harvesting, but I think I actually just need the attack speed more. With the Speedy, attack speed is incredibly important, because as you approach enemies, you want to make certain that you're killing them before you contact them, which means you need to be constantly attacking. With a slow attacking weapon like Javelin, it's extremely critical that you have the attack speed to make sure that you actually hit enemies with it. We'll take the Lost Duck, lock a penguin. I'm going to ban small fish. I just think that that item is pretty inefficient. I will take a whistle. We have plenty of damage, so we should be able to easily clear the loot aliens as they spawn. Back off and let my loot worm pick up some materials for me there. And we can get the curse alien kill. Should be another curse alien spawning as well. Here it is. And then there's actually another one. We got 3 spawns this wave. You're guaranteed 2 on wave 5, but getting a 3rd spawn, of course, is nice to help build up extra curse early. I will take 9 movement speed here. Like I said, you don't need to build move speed on this character, but it's still very efficient for when you get a level 3 upgrade. We're basically just buying 4 melee damage, so it's like we got a level 2 melee damage upgrade here. And then I'll take 10 luck. I will buy these 2 items. I'll roll. I'll definitely take coffee. That's one of the perfect, the best possible items we could have found. Cyclops Worm is great. I'll take a Javelin. I'll go ahead and ban Toxic Sludge, and we already have a weapon locked, so I don't need to reroll. Definitely want to upgrade our Javelins. They get the automatic critical hits more easily, and they also just scale very well in general. Alright, so I am going to have to navigate a lot of pufferfish explosions in these later waves, because we're going to get the new buffed pufferfish. Now, having a lot of move speed does make it a little easier to kill them and then back off to where I have more space in between the incoming projectiles to maneuver in. If you're really slow when you kill those enemies, you will not get far enough away from the explosion that the projectiles have significantly spread out, and that makes it harder to dodge. Here, I think we can re-roll. I could take 2 regen, but I'd rather just roll for better stats. And we'll take 4 melee damage. Then I will upgrade our Javelins, and importantly, they attack quite a lot faster as you upgrade them, so that matters a ton with this weapon. Take the Cyclops Worm. Although Bat is an item I wouldn't mind having, Lifesteal is fine for us. I'm just going to ban it here for a free reroll. We can use our ban to get a little extra economy. And we'll take a Shady Potion as well and lock another Javelin, which is perfect. So I actually don't know this. I haven't played with the projectiles every wave setting on since they added it. I wasn't sure if they would spawn on the darkness waves as well, or if it just works like the old version of Nightmare Mode. It looks like it just works like the old version of Nightmare Mode, where on darkness waves there are no environmental projectiles. This loot worm is really helping out. It's making it a lot easier to collect materials, which the Speedy can always struggle with. Just because you've moved past where enemies are dying by the time the materials actually spawn. Do I want -5 luck and a little more move speed and, again, 2 more melee damage? I guess I will just take more damage here. Dodge isn't horrible, but I really need armor before I start building dodge. And do I just want 6 max HP? or do I need to take 1 armor? Negative armor is so bad, but our max HP is also really low, so I think I'm going to fix that, and then we'll focus on getting armor, now that we have enough base HP to support it. I'll take the pencil here just because it's cursed, and although the engineering is useless, buying 1 curse is going to make it more likely for us to get good cursed items in the future. I'm also saving my last 2 bands for free rerolls. We'll lock the defective steroids here, and duct tape is perfect. I'm going to roll 1 more time, and we'll take the cake. I don't think we care that much about the rat. A bonk dog I would take, but the rat's damage I think is just not going to be high enough. So I will ban it, or I'll lock it so that I can ban it for a free reroll later. We don't intend to build that much percentage damage because we get so much base damage for free that we're probably not going to spend like super heavily on damage from now on. Our weapons are already killing stuff just fine. And we need attack speed more than percentage damage, so the rat is not going to benefit a lot from that. And while I will build max HP when it shows up efficiently, I'm not going to go wildly out of my way for max health either. So the rat is unlikely to ever do a lot of damage for us. I haven't taken a hit in a while, but if I do, it's going to hit really hard because we have negative armor at this point in the game, which is devastating. Oh, I almost took a hit from a cursed enemy there, which it wouldn't have one-shot me, but it would have come closer than you might think. Here, I'm going to reroll, and we're going to look for armor, and I'm going to take the 3 armor, going up to at least 0 armor, and then we'll take 15 luck here as well. We'll buy these items, ban the rat, and then reroll. Fresh meat, I do want more regeneration. I do need more healing, though. So I'm going to take fresh meat, and we'll build a combination of lifesteal and regen. Even though I've already banned a couple lifesteal items, it's still worth increasing that. Definitely going to take the Cursed Lucky Charm. That's a lot of luck, and we also have a weird food, so luck is a good healing stat for us as well. And we'll take the cake also. I am worried just we have built a bunch of curse, and the new, more dangerous enemies, if they get cursed, we are gonna struggle a little bit to have enough damage to clear them efficiently. So, I believe they start on wave 12, and we're gonna have to pay a lot of attention to what, how much damage we have to be able to kill, like, the buffed hatchers. Definitely need more attack speed here. Yeah, this cursed hatcher is already really dangerous. You can see that we're really struggling to kill it, and this is not one of the new buffed versions. Oh, it dropped no materials? Are you kidding me? So frustrating when that happens. The laser turret, we do have some engineering. I think the laser turret will actually do enough damage that it's worth spending just however many materials that was, like 30. I'll take 12% damage here because it's an efficient damage upgrade. I will buy Lucky Charm and Cake. You don't usually need to buy Crit Chance on Javelin, but you can. And Insanity here is cursed, so I'm going to take it. I'll buy the Recycling Machine as well, just because we're going into an Elite Wave. If we get a bad red item, we'll want to be able to recycle it. I'll take the Bonk Dog. Like I talked about, we have a lot of melee damage, so the Bonk Dog is going to be pretty efficient. We'll take a head injury. And Fin is worth grabbing as well. The 5 melee damage that we get from this, because we're playing as the Speedy, as well as 3% lifesteal, are both very relevant stats. At this point, though, I probably will need to stop buying more move speed after the Fin, unless I get the item that caps our move speed, the Shackles. Because it's going to get too hard for me to dodge the enemies just based on how fast we're moving. My reflexes will not be able to keep up. Really need some more attack speed as well. The Bonk Dog is doing okay. Alright, we got a Cursed Lamprey, so I need to dodge that. Need to kind of move around here. I briefly stopped moving there, which is dangerous on the Speedy, because whenever you take a hit while you're not moving, you take double damage. And it's as soon as you let go of the movement key that triggers. So you should always on the Speedy, and when you're like reversing direction, you should rotate through the movement keys. So rather than going straight from left to right, you should go left and then up and then right when you're reversing direction, so that you're always pressing at least one key. Here I'm just going to recycle the Wandering Bot. Slowing down enemies nearby is just not going to be relevant. We move too fast, and 80 materials is a lot. The wings, that's a lot of melee damage. I think 112 materials, though, for just 5 damage, and we're buying the fin as well, so my move speed is going to be high. I think I'm actually going to recycle the wings here. And then I'll take some regen, I'll take some maximum health. Getting to 62 is pretty good. Also just going to drink some water. Then I will still buy the fin, mostly for the lifesteal. We'll take head injury. Take the cute monkey. I'm going to ban wings here, and then I can do a reroll. Power generator, obviously the best possible item for this character. Huge amount of bonus damage. So we'll definitely take that. I'll take a lumberjack shirt as well. I'll reroll again. Very happy to get an upgraded javelin also, and I'll take a cake. I don't think we need the alien tongue. Let me just reroll here. So javelin has inherent piercing, so you don't usually want sharp bullet on it, but we'll take dangerous bunny and weird food as great healing options. All right, where's the elite? I need to kill the elite pretty quickly before I get kind of overwhelmed by the sheer number of enemies on the field. Now we should have a lot of damage, but elites are typically pretty hard for the Speedy because a lot of their attack patterns will want you to stand still, which this character can't do. Or, not can't do, but is discouraged from doing. This elite actually isn't so bad for this character, because we can just run out of its attack patterns and do kind of drive-bys, and our damage is high enough that we should kill it, even if I'm not specifically focusing DPS on it. Also, nice that we got a wave 11 elite and not wave 12 when we're facing the enhanced hatchers. So we made it through there. Okay, I'm pretty happy to take the exoskeleton, actually getting reasonable amounts of armor. It does give me even more move speed, but this is still very good. And then here, do I want 6 melee damage? I could just take 3 armor as well, which will help prevent me from dying. I could also roll for attack speed, which is the stat that I need the most out of any stat, but I think we'll just take 3 armor. On level 10, when you get a 3 armor upgrade, you should basically always just take it. Wheat, I think, is too inefficient for 4 melee damage here. I could start building dodge by picking up the blindfold, but given that we have -4 dodge and I need more damage output, I think I'm going to roll past both of these items. We'll roll again. I'll take the javelin, I'll take the tree, and I'll take the charcoal here just because it's cheap. And you might wonder, like, why would you buy charcoal for 50? You could buy wheat for 200 and get some harvesting as well. Being able to buy cheap incremental items meant that we got a lot more stats. It's also more efficient for the stats, but I get that question a lot. Yes, we would make back some of the money with harvesting over time, but in the meantime, we would have much lower stats. So we're so far navigating the environmental projectiles pretty well, but this is the first wave where we've faced the enhanced enemies. Also, I had some lampreys spawn there. I do like how fast our bonk dog is going. That's giving me a lot of value here. I'll take a Blazemander. It's for only 62 materials. I think that's fine. I don't currently have any elemental damage. Actually, Yeah, fried rice is still in the pool. Ice cube is still in the pool. So we could get some of the synergy effects with burning. So I think it's worth taking this on spec. It is a little better to take pets, even though, you know, I passed the rat and everything. It's a little better to take pets on this character because they inherit your move speed. And with the bonus move speed that the Speedy gets, that's obviously a really big deal. Here, I'm going to take 10% attack speed. 9 HP is also very good, but attack speed is what we need more than anything else. And then we can take some armor and a weird food. Why did I lock the glasses? Did I misclick, or did I just fully ignore what item this was? I'm not sure what happened there. I actually will take Baby Elephant. 35 damage on the Baby Elephant, I think, is a relevant amount of damage. We'll take another one. Then I'm going to roll again, and I can now upgrade the Javelin and lock 2 Javelins here. And then I'm going to roll a couple more times. Yeah, I have no idea how I ended up locking that glasses in the shop. I must have just been thinking about something else and just clicked it without looking at what item it was. Alright, so we took a huge hit there from a buffed enemy. %10 attack speed really coming in clutch this wave as well. Alright, so if I hit an environmental projectile, I take 14. That's a lot, but not insurmountable. You know, that's a high amount of damage, but our healing is strong enough to overcome that, because we have pretty good consumable healing and quite high luck. And, okay, well, the Blazemander is actually going to work with the Ice Cube. It's not incredible, this synergy. It's certainly not something that we're, well, you know, we wouldn't spend more than we've spent on it, but we're happy enough to have it, because the extra damage will be relevant. The ideal shop here, Lure and 3 of our main weapon, that's kind of awesome. Let's go ahead and buy all of it, of course, and then I'm going to reroll, lock another Javelin. I don't need the medical turret. Do I want the diploma? I think the extra XP gain will be worth it even at this point, so we'll lock that. I'll roll here. Ghost outfit, we're at negative dodge, so we definitely don't want the ghost outfit, and then I'm going to roll again. I will absolutely take small magazine, and I'll take the feather as well. While the dodge won't be relevant, 56 for 1 curse is still totally reasonable. And if we get enough money to buy all 4, we'll get it at a very slight discount, because our reroll will be cheaper, though I'm not counting on that, because we have a fairly expensive shop locked. Alright, we've got our enhanced walrus enemies in this map. And those guys can really put the hurt on you, and the goblin sharks as well. Leveling up our javelins was pretty critical here. Pun intended, of course. And is helping me clear these really high health, really fast moving enemies much more easily. See if we can get these loot alien kills. Need to be continuously moving, of course, because you saw there the cursed enhanced goblin shark, 20 damage hit, right? And that would be basically a 40 damage hit if I was holding still. Gonna recycle that. We'll take the fruit basket. I'll take bone dice as well. I think I do want more percentage damage, so we can pick that up. Any melee damage is good melee damage, even though this is a pretty inefficient way to buy it. We'll take the diploma, upgrade our javelin, and we'll buy both of these items. And then I will do a reroll, lock this javelin, which is nice because we can upgrade the level 1. I'm going to stop buying movement speed here because I'm getting fast enough it's hard to dodge, so we'll kind of stay at 60. Gentle alien I'll take, and then I'm going to do a couple rerolls. And nothing else that I want this wave. The Horde wave I am very worried about. We don't have enough attack speed to make this easy. And I believe this wave is when the enhanced pufferfish don't start showing up until later. I don't remember what enhanced enemies are this wave. Ow, what? 61 damage. What hit me for 61? I must have not been moving. I must have had my finger off the key there, and we took double damage from the Speedy's passive, basically. So we're kind of just going to move around the outside here. It's also possible I got by a bug there. Sometimes there are bugged damage instances. Pufferfish, in particular, can still have bugged damage instances, even though they fixed the one with charmed pufferfish. But I don't know what hit me for 61 there. We'll recycle the Wandering Bot. But we made it through. That's the important thing. I'm gonna take the lifesteal here, and then I'll take 12% more damage. We will buy a Javelin, Gentle Alien, and Baby Elephant. 20 luck for 250, I think is not really worth it. The elemental damage does work with my Blazemander, I guess, but I'm just gonna reroll here. Okay, Cape is actually a way we can build dodge. Getting 20% dodge all at once means that we're now at a point where I can actually buy dodge somewhat efficiently. I'll take the Barnacle as well, lock this Javelin, and then reroll here. Buy some more melee damage, buy some more regeneration. I could take the Knot. We do need the max HP. And again, as I say, basically every time I see this item, if you just want to win in this spot, you should just buy the Knot. It's going to make you significantly more powerful. I hate buying this item because I'm making a YouTube video, and obviously I want to be able to buy legendary weapons and stuff that might appear. And we've invested somewhat into Curse, so we're more likely to, want to buy a cursed weapon or something. Even with the Curse, the correct play in terms of expected win percentage is to buy the Knot there. I'm specifically not doing it because I have a secondary goal of winning the game, but also making fun videos. And part of that is staying open to buying legendary weapons when they show up. I will keep building up more Curse, even though the cursed enhanced enemies are pretty scary. Gummy Berserker, of course, I will recycle. I'm going to recycle the Starfish as well. We already are in a position where we're taking pretty big damage instances when I take a hit. And if I do get hit while standing still, you saw I took 61 damage earlier, so I don't want to increase that. We also already have Black Flag, so I don't really need the additional economy. Fairy is great, though. We'll definitely take some more regen here. And then this is level 20. I actually have 20 dodge, so I'm going to roll for dodge. Although, now that I'm looking at it, I think I do still just need the attack speed more. While getting the plus 12 dodge would be awesome, 20% attack speed I think is going to make more of a difference than basically anything else I could get at this point. I will pick up Sad Tomato. The additional regeneration is useful there. We'll buy Fried Rice because I do have my Blazemander, so that's going to be some regen. I'll take another Bonk Dog. We'll lock the Javelin, and then Peaceful Bee and Helmet are both great finds. We'll take a Saltwater as well. Alright, this wave could be pretty dangerous also, because I can't really see what I'm doing, and on the Speedy, that's a little worse than it is on other characters. So I'm just going to let my Loot Worm pick up materials this wave. I'm not going to worry about hunting trees or anything, and we're just kind of going to sit in the center of the map here, going in little circles, in order to minimize the amount of danger that I'm in from running off into the darkness and fighting enemies that I can't see. These Stargazers go so fast when you break their houses, the enhanced ones. They just go at light speed. Now, we have a lot of speed ourselves, which is actually really helpful for fighting these guys, because we can stay ahead of them. And there we go. Actually only left 43 materials on the ground, so great job, Loot Worm. We'll take the Cyclops Worm. Okay, now I'll take 16 dodge, going up to 40 dodge, and now dodge is a very efficient purchase for us. We'll buy these 2 items. I'll take a duct tape. I do want more max HP, so I'll lock the spicy sauce as well. I think Lost Duck is fine here. A reroll. Candy bag, unfortunately, is too late, but metal is perfect. This is exactly the type of item that we want. And then let's go to wave 18. Alright, this enemy I need to kill really quickly because typically you have to stand still against it, which this character doesn't want to do. So we're just going to focus on dealing as much damage to it as quickly as possible. And we got it. Also, it's possible I should be... So this is the enhanced pufferfish level. And we haven't had one of them explode yet because what I've been doing is letting the bonk dogs kill them. Because you can see when we kill them with our weapons, they explode twice. Which is going to fill the screen with projectiles. But when the bonk dogs kill them, it's melee damage, so they don't explode. So having the pets to make that a little easier and make it so I'm less likely to kill the pufferfish with my ranged weapons is actually great. That's been working out phenomenally. So really happy that I took the bonk dogs earlier. I wasn't really considering that when I picked them up, but that I think is actually something that's going to be pretty important to consider when you're using a weapon like the javelin especially, but ranged weapons in general. Things like rats on the Abyss are going to be really good investments for wave 18 and the enhanced pufferfish. 12% damage and 6 attack speed for 200. We do lose some dodge, but I do think that and some regen, but I do think the spider is worth it. Tardigrade can actually block a pretty substantial hit for this character, so I'm going to take that. Candy bag. Do I take it for 135? There's so many random stats that are just not useful for us, and an extra elite spawn on the boss wave I think would actually be really dangerous, so we're going to pass on that. I will take 8 dodge, because getting up to dodge cap is a significant goal at this point, and then we'll roll here. The scared sausage is worth 1 regeneration and makes my ice cube a lot better, so I think it is worth picking that up. We're going to pass on the scar, of course, at this point. It's just 1 regen, which isn't that valuable. I'll take the Gentle Alien just for 2 max HP and 5 damage, and Broken Mouth. I think 90 for 5 max HP. It's regen neutral, so I think it is worth buying the Broken Mouth. Okay, we got another darkness wave here, so again, we're going to just do little loop-dees in the middle of the map. This is going to mean that I probably am not making a lot of money this wave, because it's going to be hard to pick up materials, and alright, I am getting overwhelmed. Wave 19 on the Abyss is now really hard, but we also had the enhanced Cursed Walrus spawn to really pump up the jams, and that made things much more difficult. And I go on a little trip around the outside of the map here. As a side note, something with the Speedy that's worth remembering is the Speedy cares about whether you're holding a movement key. So if you do want to hold still for whatever reason, moving into the edge of the map will not reduce your armor. I'll take the 12% dodge here, and probably 13% attack speed, but with 90 luck, I think we can get a level 3 upgrade. Okay, I'll take additional dodge. Yes, it's only 3 dodge, but at the point where you're getting to dodge cap, that last 3 points of dodge is worth a pretty significant amount of effective HP. I'm going to reroll here. I don't need a second scared sausage. I will take the injection, more % damage and regeneration. We'll keep upgrading our javelins, and then I'll reroll again. Level 1 javelin doesn't do anything. I'll take the plant, and I guess we'll take glasses. The range isn't relevant, but the 1 regen might be, and we won't get anything better by rerolling because we won't be able to afford it. And then let's go to wave 20 here. All right, we lost our tardigrade. Again, I need to kill these enemies pretty quickly before too many other things spawn. We stacked the bosses up there, so I'm going to kind of back off from the corner and try to split them up. Some characters want to stack them on top of each other, some want to split them up. If you are having to move a lot, it's better to split up the two bosses, if possible. Because dodging their patterns when they're right on top of each other, if you can't hold still in the safe areas, is pretty difficult. But dodging their patterns when they're split apart, if you're moving a lot, is pretty easy. And as you saw there, we were able to pretty cleanly get the win. All right, let's look at our items. So 150 healing from Cute Monkeys, 675 from bags. Consumable healing was obviously incredibly important. These weird foods were amazing. Lootworm did a great job, 253 bonus materials. That's well over the average for the Lootworm, and really nice to see how well that guy performed with the extra move speed from the character we're playing. Defective steroids, we got a bunch of those, and they were pretty efficient. We needed the HP and melee damage. What else? We had 380 on Recycling Machine. Recycling Machine also overperforming pretty massively this run. The Bonk Dogs dealt 100k damage, not bad for them. Obviously getting Power Generator is ridiculous on this character. Dangerous Bunny saving us 150. The Blazemander dealt 23k. Actually not terrible for the Blazemander either. 700 materials from Black Flag. 50k damage from our baby elephants, and Bone Dice with a truly embarrassing performance. 7 total bonus damage, and it cost us 3 health. Yikes. What else? Anything else exciting here? 700 damage from the spicy sauce, and a huge 1500 from the scared sausage, though obviously we bought that to proc Ice Cube. All right, my friends, so that's the Speedy. I don't think that one was super difficult. I mean, we turned on the additional projectiles, and oh, it's actually nice that when this first launched, they didn't have it listed anywhere in the completion score, so now it does, which is cool. Shows you whether you were playing with extra or fewer projectiles, which is great. So even with that, the Speedy, I think, was a relatively straightforward run. Javelin is a super powerful weapon. Getting a bunch of bonus damage is great. Obviously, it's a little harder for if your movement mechanics aren't as strong, because you need to move more quickly on this character, but you do get a lot of bonus stats, so even if you walk into projectiles, as we did, you should be able to make it through. Alright, my friends, hope that you enjoyed this video, and of course, if you have, feel free to leave a comment and hit like. Helps me out with the algorithm, so I appreciate you taking the time to do that. And of course, you can subscribe to my channel for more Brotato and other strategy game analysis. Cheers, folks. I'll catch you next time.